Next up, we have Michael Malterer of Newport Richey City Council.
So, my name is Michael Malterer. I am running for Newport Richey City Council, nonpartisan candidate. There's no district, it's a citywide election. You're wondering, who is this guy that's standing up in front of me talking on this microphone, and why do I care? Michael Malterer is a lifelong resident of Newport Richey, born and raised in the city limits, went to K through 12 right there in Newport Richey. Left to go to college for a little while, came back, studied ministry at the Baptist College of Florida, came back, married my wife. We have a kid on the way, we have a dog and all that great stuff. We've lived there for a few years now. I work as a part-time youth pastor and as a manager at Penske Truck Leasing here in St. Petersburg as well as in Port Richey, Florida. The question always comes up, why would someone want to run for city council? And I've quite often asked myself that question after I decided to do it. I attended some of the city council meetings after I came back from college, and the decisions that were being made there on Main Street seemed like they were so far away from anything that resembled logic. If you follow anything that happens in Newport Richey, you can go back in the Tampa Bay Times. There was a $15 million budget shortfall last year, and the only thing that got higher than the unemployment rate in Newport Richey was the tax rate. 14% tax increase, we doubled your stormwater and streetlight fees. That's how we made up the money that we were missing last year. So, in light of that, I will be a fiscal hawk. That is my primary goal in this campaign, is that I will draw attention to the fiscal problems that Newport Richey has a problem with. We have a problem with buying up property. We tried to capitalize on the real estate market in 2007, 2006. We bought up many city properties, and we've done nothing with them. We had these grand plans of redevelopment. We've done nothing. The only thing that we've really done, and the city of Newport Richey has a track record of being more reactive than proactive, we set up red light cameras. In fact, there was an ordinance that almost made it past council that would put a red light camera on every single street corner in Newport Richey city limits. That was after a few of those councilmen had rear-end crash issues, and they thought that that would solve those things. I've talked about the budget and the taxes. I've talked to you about how 14% increase in taxes. It is now the highest it has ever been in Newport Richey. We are approaching the state limit of $10 per mil. And they would tell you that they haven't actually raised your taxes because your property taxes, your property value has gone down. My third big issue that I'm going to be running on this time is small business regulations. There have been the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce and larger Chamber of Commerces have both pretty much written off Newport Richey because of the strenuous or arduous regulations they have. You can't have a sign on your business that's over a certain amount of square footage. You can't have it if it's certain lighting and issues like that. You can't have LED lights. So if you drive down Main Street in Newport Richey, you'll find a lot of businesses that don't have signs. That they just operate there, but they don't have signs. You can't have a barber shop that has more than 5 barbers in it. It seems kind of odd to me that we're regulating this kind of commerce. So my goal will be to revise the permitting process to lower the impact fees where we can and to just get government out of your life. So you're wondering, why would I get involved? I live in Pinellas, Hillsborough, I live somewhere else in Pasco County. Why would I get involved? I don't even know if this guy can win, right? I will tell you that last year in 2012, when people were somewhat getting pumped up for elections, 524 people turned out for the city council election. There were 3 candidates running, 2 would win. The highest one was 288 votes. So anything that you do, donations, volunteer-wise, is amplified 50 times. Because you can knock yourself on 50, 60 doors, that can win the election. There are 6 candidates in the race, including myself now. So I ask that you knock on 50 doors times 3 people, we've won the election. I will take a few questions now. I don't know if there's going to be many, though, because I don't know if anyone's around my way. Oh, you, sir. Hello.
For those people who live in the city, Pinellas County, and over in Hillsborough, Pasco County is now an Agenda 21 county. The question to you will be, how does the city feel about that? But another item for Pasco County is that they have now sold off all of their utilities to FGUA, Florida Governmental Utility Authority. So Pasco County doesn't own their own water systems anymore. We tried to buy them in Hernando County and we shut them down. So to you in the city, the question is, how are you guys doing with Agenda 21 based on the mobility fees for the county and the FGUA fiasco?
Sure, thanks. The mobility fees haven't hit us yet. We haven't done anything on that end. But I will tell you that Agenda 21, the keywords are being brought up, the sustainable development, those kind of words that you hear, those are being brought up. And we are in a time of redevelopment in Newport Richey. The city has bought these properties, and it seems like the thought process or the conversation is how can we have the government lease these properties to private individuals. So as of the moment, just the words are being thrown out. There's nothing been of substance yet, but it seems like that is on the way. If I were on city council, I can guarantee you that I would be an advocate for putting those properties back in the private sector's hands. Not only will we be generating the tax revenue off of those things, but the development will happen in a way that the people want and in a time frame that the people want.
You said that you said that the city had bought up a lot of property, and they had grand plans of redeveloping this property into whatever. What do you have any plans for that? How would you pay for that if you?
Sure. As of right now, we own the three largest properties in Newport Richey. We own the three most valuable properties. We own the Hacienda Hotel. Many people have heard of that through news stories and such, that it's haunted and that there's been murders there and all that great stuff. I don't know if that's true. It was a very, very classy hotel for movie stars, for silent movie stars in the 20s, in the teens and stuff like that. We bought up that hotel and it has sit empty for a better part of a decade now. We've also bought up the property across the street from that. The other side of that, community hospital has left our municipality. So as of right now, we're actually fledging on that part of it. We're not getting the tax revenue from that because no one owns it except for us. And if I were on council, I think that the budget issues could be somewhat solved by selling those to private individuals, collecting the tax revenue off that, and then easing the burden on the private individuals who live in just half-acre houses and such.
I'll follow up with what I was saying because I want you city folk to understand what is happening and why this is so important that he get elected. State Road 54 and US 19 are now corridors for stack and pack housing. There will be no automobiles on those two stretches in Pasco County. There will be all rail and greenway, walkways, bikeways. There will be no more automobiles, according to the measure that they passed a year and a half ago, on those two sets of highways, and that affects his city.
It will be an issue that comes up. There is a lot of redevelopment that goes on in that area. Newport Richey is somewhat positioned to rebound with the economy. I'm not sure that the economy is there yet, but we are in a position where there has been growth around us, but we've been unable to capture that growth in Newport Richey. I will concede the lectern, but I appreciate you guys' time. I appreciate you guys having me here. I will be back there for contributions, volunteer contributions, and you can come ask me any questions you want. Thanks.